Mr. Leigh,
Hello.
we meet again.
We do indeed, Daniel.
Let me shake your hand.
Of course.
Nice, firm handshake there, sir.
Likewise.
Man after my own arm. Well, look, thanks for doing this.
No problem. Thank you.
It's about time we got down to some of this. Have you just finished the live stream?
Yes, just finished.
How did it go?
Good, thank you. Yeah, just experimenting with a couple of new things. I had a great time. I always have a great time.
Well, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's try not to finish each other's
Words.
Okay, cool. Well, look, My Little Lie, how long has it been since that baby came out?
Oof. 7, 8 years, maybe?
Right, so why are you doing this live stream now?
Well, with lockdown, I started playing just whatever I had in my arsenal and just trying to get as many songs learned as possible and taking requests and things, and just doing as much as I could on these live streams as possible. So the more I played, the more people wanted to they were requesting stuff which I'd done, and then like personally, not just from New Device and Jordan Red, and then people started buying. I found a whole load of My Little Lie EPs, and then people started buying those up, and then we just decided to make a thing out of it. And then this year, what with COVID and everything, we decided to do a My Little Lie stream, and then there's a song on there called For Better Days, which is about a World War II pilot, as you well know, and the coming up to Remembrance Day as well, that it made a lot of sense to make everything sort of kind of coincided in this perfect storm.
And you are donating some of the ticket sales to the Poppy Appeal, is that right?
Yes. So with COVID and everything, because people haven't been able to go out and collect donations for the Poppy Appeal this year in the same ways that they have been every other year, we decided to donate. So £2 from every ticket sold will go to the Poppy Appeal. Yeah.
Lovely. So how does it feel to maybe not resurrect these songs, but to be making such a fuss out of this record so many years later?
Good question. I mean, I never thought I'd be doing something like this for My Little Lie again. I never really stopped playing any of these songs. I haven't really listened to My Little Lie in quite a while, if I'm honest. It was and listening back to it, sort of going, oh, I haven't played this song in a while, and going, we spent so much time on all this detail, and it's just been a trip down memory lane for me. Even though, as I say, I haven't stopped playing these songs, it has been a trip down memory lane because we spent so much time recording these. I recorded these with a good friend of mine called James Darch, and he was just such a talented individual, and he was he was just a very good producer. He let me. He threw in tons of ideas, and if I and we ran with a lot of it, and we got Roz, the drummer from New Device, involved as well, and on a couple of songs, and it was just, he's actually on For Better Days as well, which is really cool. So it's interesting doing it now, because although it seems like a long time ago since I did this, everything's still very fresh in my mind, because it was a very very emotional, very creative time for me around during that sort of period. So yeah, it was a lot of fun doing it.
So I understand you have a new solo record that you're writing. Tell me a bit about that.
Yes, so I have been working on a new solo record, and the reason that I decided to do a new solo record was for no other reason really than there just seemed to be more of a, I don't know, interest. I don't know. I don't want to say a demand for it, but like definitely an interest in me doing something which was solely my own working, like My Little Lie is. And it's just a way of I've always enjoyed writing for myself, just because you can kind of it's very streamlined. I wouldn't necessarily say it comes with its sort of difficulties as well, because when you're writing for yourself, unless you get someone else in, it's the quality control maybe is, you've got to really sort of put your own feet to the fire. You have to be very, very disciplined. Whereas if you're with a band, what you might sort of push through the doors of, check with, a green light, say, might not make it through a band scenario because you're trying to please other people within it. But with this, I'm sort of like, do I like it? Yes, I like it. Okay, it goes. That's fine. So I've been doing a lot of writing sessions, which is very, very different for me. I've been doing writing sessions on live streams, which has been very, very interesting, very strange in some ways, like having people sort of there in the background just watching my process. But it's been cool because I've been very sort of conscious within it all, and been able to be like, well, why am I doing this? And here's why I'm doing this, and explaining it all to people. So that's been a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just something which I felt not necessarily compelled to do, but I have enough creative juices in me right now to want to pursue something like this.
Yeah, this year seems to have been a very creative year for you. What would you say has, I don't know, kept you or keeps you in such a creative state?
Yeah, it has been a very creative time for me this throughout this sort of period. I think it's mostly been just trying to find my purpose within all this, because with our industry in such dire straits, it's been a real task to for people to find their place within what they're doing, and my place, I realized, was to be an entertainer. So when your purpose is, okay, you have to entertain and to write, it was like it stuck me right on my path. Like there was no other way around it for me. I had to do this. And it was it's just when you wake up in the morning with that purpose, like even if you don't feel that great, I can't remember a time in the last since lockdown began where I've really, no, tell a lie, the very start of lockdown I felt bored. Then very, very quickly, when I realized that this is what I had to do, I've not been bored since. And the community around the live streams and everything, everyone there has been an absolute godsend, because they are purpose, making sure that you keep smiles on people's faces, saying, okay, right, why am I awake today? Okay, your job today is to put a smile on faces. Entertain. So even if I want to sort of be like, I don't really get that luxury. And it's not even a luxury. It sounds so weird. It's sort of like an oxymoron. You don't get a luxury to feel down. Well, no, it helps you to get into a good state, a state of, okay, when you as you think and right, I've got to get myself into a happy sort of state, and you can do it. And it's been a very eye-opening time. It's been great.
That's fantastic, mate. Well, I wish you all the best. Stay frosty.
You beat me to it. Stay frosty, man.